Hello there everybody, and welcome back to another Quantus here on the FTOG server with me, TechnoJock, where I'm going to be talking about farms again. Community build farms, and this time in Nether Wart. Thorgal has got this little setup here for community brewing of potions and stuff, and we've got a little bit of Nether Wart here, but yeah, not really sufficient for our immediate needs in the future, because we now know what we're going to be doing to get ourselves into the magic era. The time is fast approaching for our next challenge, and without giving too much away, potions are probably going to figure quite heavily in it. So I have an idea for a community build for a Nether Wart farm, which should be pretty cool, so let's get to it. We've got a spot picked out here. The bottom to the tube station is just there, and the cow farm is just right there. So this is still pretty close to the centre of town, and we've got most of the things that I think we'll need right here. So I'm going to grab myself some soul sand. I don't need that at the moment. I'm going to need these and some other building materials, and let's grab those Nether Wart, and we'll grab that. And I think that and those as well. In fact, let's grab all of that just now. So we're going to have Nether Wart set up. I think we'll put it there. That should be relatively good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That is good there. And now we're going to have this under the floor here, facing that way, like that. Cool. And then what we'll do is we will have Nether Wart all the way along like that, which is quite good. Now, let's say that we want to have all the bits here. Let's just do along like that, and we're going to have dispensers like this. This will be for the planting of the Nether Wart. Dig up that one and put that one there, and then we can take this off again. We'll worry about the aesthetics of it in just a moment. So this should have some redstone somewhere probably in here. Yes, I do. Excellent. And let's grab a button as well. So what we will do is we'll take this up actually like so. And we're going to come along here. Ooh, now, how do I want to do this? If I put that there and put that there, that is not going to trigger it. What happens if I put something there? That is not going to trigger it. That does. Right, okay, so I want that to be where I have these. Like this and like that. So if I go all the way along here and have a button on the end, right, okay, it's going to do it that way, is it? Nasty. Okay, I don't necessarily want that to do like that, but we will work with this just now. If we do like that. Alright. Okay, so these should, if we go along, go like this. In each of these we'll have a little bit of Nether Wart. And I'm not going to do them all, but we'll just do proof of concept, press the button, and those are planted. Perfect, that's what we want. Now, we are also going to have another one there, and that's going to have buckets of water in it. That's going to come all the way down here. Right, let's get this and say we have glass there. And it's not technically glass, but it is, for all intents and purposes, glass. Even makes it sound like glass. Right, this one, when we go click on, And that will do. And everything goes all the way down there. Now once we've got a lid on this, then that's not going to become an issue. We'll grab that. And sure enough, the rest of it's in there. Cool, that works. But that's a click on, and then click off. And also, the other thing about that is, if we've got, let's say, in fact, let's just actually plant it there, like that. If we go click on, no, that's a bad example, because it's not flowing away. If we have that go up and then go, how long does it take? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So about 10 seconds for it to flow from one end to the other. So we need it to go on, wait 10 seconds, and then flow to the other end. That's fine. And that should pretty much do that bit. Let's have a look here, because what we want is, we want, where's this going to go? I want it to come up and go into a bit of storage. Now I've got a storage container for this. I've got a framed drawer. I used storage drawers to make a framed drawer for this, and I would quite like it to have a way in and maybe a way out as well. But for the time being, I'm going to have to do it like this. I'm going to worry about the ins and outs of this in a moment. And put that there, and I'm going to put that. That's not what I wanted. This drawer looks pretty cool. I'm very happy with how it looks. But I need to do this. Grab it, put the nether brick there, press this against it, and we'll just, yeah, that's going to be in there. There's a raft of stuff in there that we don't want. But yeah, so I have framed this drawer with nether brick and then put soul sand as the front bit. So if we have a look at storage, you make this framing table out of some oak or some sort of trim, which is easy. It's just sticks and wood to make these trims. Make that into a table thing, and then you can make these framed drawers, put them in that table, and then by adding different blocks you can skin the thing to look different, which I think looks extremely cool. Very, very happy with how that looks. It'll look very, very much the part for what we're wanting to do. Let's go like that. Come out, and there we go. It's got that nether wart in it. Now in here we've got the drawer key, and we can lock it like that, and we can take that other nether, we can take all of the nether wart out of there, and it keeps it as that. So soul sand front with a nether wart on it. I think it looks pretty cool. Very happy with that. Let's come around here, and I think build it up like so. That will look pretty good for this, I think. Like something like that. Yeah? And then we will have, maybe if that was a long one, it would look better. Yeah, because I'm not quite liking the way this goes straight from this corner straight up to glass. Yeah. Let's, and this tree's going to come down because it's just going to get in the way otherwise. I might redo something with that tree sometime. Yeah, there we go. Right, cool. That gives us a little bit more breathing space here. So if I bring that over one, I could maybe come over and into the back of there. Yeah. I'm going to worry about that in just a minute. I'm going to worry about the aesthetics of that in just a minute. Let's have a look at the mechanics of getting this to do something with putting the... ooh, that could work. Yeah. Yeah, let's worry about putting the mechanics of this so we can get it to work in just a moment. Because what we're going to want to do is... where's our button? We want... this button. Come here. Thank you. So let's have a look at this. We want... imagine, if you will, for a moment, that this is all ripe and ready to harvest. We want to go, okay, that's ripe. This is going to go like that. Oh, see, I've gone and broken already. No, we want all of this to be ripe. Planted along here. All of this is ripe. And it triggers off like that. Doesn't immediately get triggered off. It waits 10 seconds until everything's had a chance to go all the way down there. That won't have popped off because there'll be a lid on here. And then it goes off and it waits another 3 or 4 seconds. Then that's triggered once to replant. Then it waits a good length of time for it to be all grown again. Then this runs again. Waits another 10 seconds until everything floats all the way down. That's away. And triggers again. So that's what we want to have happen. Back up in our penthouse laboratory for Super Circuit Maker, I was trying out a few different things. I wondered for a start about having the farm fairly much as a manual farm, and you could have a button to press and it would plant the stuff, and then you could come along later on and go, oh look, all this stuff's nice and ripe. Maybe I should press a button and harvest it. And we could have a button, you press it, and then you wait until the stuff all flows down, then you press the button again, and it does it, and then you press the button to another button to plant this stuff. And I thought, well, maybe I could make something with a button where when you harvest it, it just does a pulse to put the bucket of water out, and then it waits 10 seconds, and then imagine, if you will, this lighting up. That's the button. That's the dispenser working again and picking up the bucket of water, and that would work. And it's pretty simple stuff, actually. Let's have a look and see this in action. Have I got my monocle somewhere so we can see this in a little bit more detail? Yes, I do. Boop. There we go. Let's hop up here and go zoop and zoom in. So here we have an input in from the side, and it comes along and splits and goes into this quartz resonator, which is set up for 10 seconds. So this quartz resonator is kind of like a repeater. So any signal that comes in will just be delayed for the amount of time that you set here, and it comes out here and goes along, and it'll turn on the lamp there. This signal, of course, is also split. So it's coming down here, and this is set up. This is just a wire, and the signal will come along here like this and go down. So when we press the button, it immediately lights up because the signal's coming down here. But remember, there's also this signal here that is also being delayed for 10 seconds, and there it goes. But you'll see what happened with that bit of wire there. The signal came out of here and did come along here, but wasn't allowed back up that way because this bit of wire is set only to allow inputs from this side. It won't allow the signal to go back along the wire, because otherwise the signal would come along here, go up here, and go back in, and you would just end up then with a 10-second pulse. It'll keep on going round and round and round and round, and we don't want that. So that's very cool. That would work for our bucket. Then I thought, well, if we got that, all we need to do is, we've got this for our bucket, why don't we say, well, after that, we could have another delay for a pulse coming out of here and say, well, 5 seconds after the bucket of water has been scooped up, the water will have drained away, so why don't we plant things? And if we're doing all of that, why don't we just have it all on a timer? So, here is what I have got. This circuit here is set up, so imagine this line here is, when it's on, it is pouring the water out. When it's off, it's not pouring out. So let's say we've got this, right? So it's currently not pouring out water. Now it's pouring out water. And in a few seconds, there we go, it's turned off the water. And then there was a little flash. So let's watch that again here. So in a few seconds, it's going to turn the water on. Can't remember how long I've got this set up for. I think it's 20 seconds. There we go. It's on. The water's pouring out. Now it's off. And there we go. There was a little pulse there. So this is going to harvest, and this is going to replant. Now these timings are obviously not quite right. We need to set them up, but it's for demonstration purposes only. Now what happens if something happens? Somebody unloads the server, something weird happens with a lag spike or something, and this is set to suddenly, somebody comes up and it's just always pouring out water. I have a reset button. So if it's all wrong, you'll watch now, the pulse will go along and turn the water off. There we go. And a couple seconds later, it will turn the water back on, and then watch this one. There we go. It would try and replant in the water. Now that's not going to work, so I've got a reset button. This signal comes along here and resets. And now it should work fine. So water's on, water turns off, replants. There we go. So that's all we need. It's just this one circuit here will do the whole thing. And what I can do is, I don't have the stuff on me, I can use this though. And then we can have our output to this side. I'll need to pull up that. And we can say, well, we have an output to that side. So we've got an input for the reset, we've got an output for everything else, and an output for the water, and an output for the planting stuff. So let's grab this, head back down, and see what we can do. Okay, I think I've got most of the redstoning done. So we've got this over here, and it is working-ish. There we go, it's putting out the bucket of water. Again, the timings still aren't up to proper full production speed. But as you can see, it puts the water out, and then it takes it back down in. And that's all good. So that's going fine. Now what I've done here is, this is our reset button. So if it all goes horribly wrong, this is our reset button. And that's all okay there. This signal here to do the bucket goes into this nether brick block here, and it powers the dispenser there. The signal for the replanting goes along here. Right, and it hasn't done that time. Oops, no, I don't want to do that. Let's come down here. There. This signal will come along here and out here, but it'll be picked up by this. Oops. If I don't do it the wrong way. There we go. And in just a second, this will not replant anything, because it's only set up here. If you see, I would need to put the little dot up this way. Oops, no, not like that. Got to get it in the right place. It can be anywhere along here. As you can see, I've just put this one just onto this block and up. Anywhere on that side will do. There we go. It's replanted some of them. You can tell that. It's chucked them out, but the water hadn't gone away. So we need to sort out the timings for this, but that should be pretty good. Right, let's see. Timings for this. This is running every 20 seconds at the moment. I need to put this up to, I'll say a minute at the moment. It's going to take longer than a minute. This is set to 10 seconds for the bucket. I think I'm going to put it up to 15. And then this one, after, let's say, after 20 seconds, so it gets 5 seconds to go away. Let's see. And I think I need to reset this. There, the reset's working perfectly. I don't know how I'm doing for these. Let's grab some Nether Wart out of here. So hopefully this will do in just a second. There we go. That would be flushing it out. So it's going to go for 15 seconds. And hopefully after that it's going to replant something. There's nothing in there, so there should still be some Nether Wart in a couple of these dispensers. And then in a couple of seconds it's going to replant. Look at that, that's perfect. And it's going to wait a minute and it's going to harvest this lot again. So I need to set that to a more sensible time. Now, as far as I can tell, it takes about 4 minutes or something for each growth stage on average. And there's 4 growth stages, so that's going to be a good little while. So what I might do is I might set it on sort of a half-hourly schedule. Something like that. Half an hour should probably do it. But I'll play around with that and see how we get on. So if I go and say, oh there we go, that was it going. That was it going. So it's flushing all that stuff down. It's all going down to the thing. As long as this last one gets to the end, which it does. A little bit of leeway time. And it turns off. Cool, I can survive with that. And then in a little bit of time, and it plants. Cool, obviously I need to fill those up. That is a successful thing. So I'm quite happy with that. So I need to sort out the timing there, and that's all good. I can fill in this, and I still also need to fill the actual dispensers with stuff, but that's all good, and I can go ahead and brick in this bit and make it look all pretty. Yeah. Okay, we're back in, and I think pretty much everything done that we need to be done. I took a bunch of stuff down so I could get a load of work done, but I think it's looking pretty good with the nether brick round here. Nether brick stairs just to break this up. That looks good there. We've got some more soul sand out in front of it, and I just thought I might do something here. A little bit more nether brick actually. I think that's, yep, nether brick there as well. And we can make a kind of, I think something here would be pretty good. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to make a single bit like this. It's kind of difficult to see, but I'm wanting to make a kind of a thing. Let's see. I think that should probably do at that angle. No, I need another one there. Cool. And then we can go like this. And it's going to come down. It's just going to be lava coming out like that. So if I do drawn region, it's going to come down like that. That'll work. And then I'll make a little pool of this at the bottom. We just do like so. There we go. That'll do. And maybe a little bit along here. And out there. Following. I hear you. Yep. Yeah, there's a bunch of beasties around here. Yeah, I think this kind of works like that. There we go. I think that works. A little bit of decoration there. I might do something along here. It's a little bit bare, I feel. Perhaps some other kind of fence there might work. Some other dark brick or something. Maybe these need to be a different color. I might play around with that, but it's certainly working. Obviously it's not actually completely run through yet, but if we go around here, we've got the reset button and we've got a little way in. I'm going to make a door here as well, and we've got a way to go along and sort out all these dispensers, but it is running at the moment. And we shall see the next time when we come in what sort of amount of nether wart we've got, because we've got one in there at the moment. Take that out, and we'll see the next time we come in how many we've got. Put that in there. That will do. So I'm quite happy with how this is looking. Like I say, I think it needs, I wonder, maybe a little bit of glowstone round it would look pretty cool. If I go and say, that's transparent block there, that's there. If I say, drawn region, and come along, like that. Yeah, if I think I edge this in something, that's the wrong place. Why isn't that going? Why can't I place that there? Oh, because it's the block where the fence is. Alright, so I'll need to go over the window a tiny little bit, but that's not exactly noticeable. And I come along, that breaks up that a little bit better, I think. Nope, it won't go there. And we'll just go like so. Yeah, that works a bit better like that. And then we'll go like that. This will come over like so. Still not entirely convinced, but we'll see. Something needs to break that up, certainly. Not sure if it's glowstone is going to be the thing that it's going to be, but we shall see. But I think that's going to be a pretty good functional build. I might need to play with the timings yet. I'm certainly going to play with the overall design on the outside, and we'll see what it looks like next time. But until then, of course, have a funs, and bye-bye, and I'll see you later.